Today we're looking at the Radial Engineering J48 active DI box. The absolute sturdiness of this pedal can't be understated. You could throw this under a car or a large industrial mining vehicle and it will come out unscathed. What it's designed to do is to take your unbalanced instrument on the front here on the input, so your guitar, your piano, your microphone, keyboard, anything goes in the front here on the input, and then the congenerator does its workings on the inside, and on the output you get your balance signal. So your interface, your computer, your mixer gets a nice, not noisy signal so you can get the best out of your recording. So what we're going to do today is get some close-ups of this thing so you can really get a insider look into all the functions on this sweet unit. All right, first we've got our inputs. So the input's going to take your guitar lead, it's going to take your keyboard, it'll take your microphone. Straightforward, and then it makes it into a balanced signal for your interface or mixer. Next we have our through, and that is to send a signal to an amplifier or an external mixer. So while you're recording, you can have all your effects playing at the same time, but keep in mind they're not recorded though. The merge turns our through into an input, so you can have a left and right. You would use that in stereo applications, would be probably one of the more simpler examples. And it comes out as a mono signal though, of course, because we only have one output. Next, we have our 48 volt check lamp, and we can check that it is getting phantom power, which I do have set up here, as you can see in the Steinberg over there with the red lamp on. So this unit does need phantom power to work. So I'll show you guys that now. You can see the lights coming on. And all that is pressing the low cut button on the back, and we can see that the unit is working perfectly with the phantom power that's being fed into it. Lastly, we have the 15 decibel pad, which will minus 15 decibels off the signal that's going in. So I would use that for an instrument that's naturally hot, where you can't change the gain or the input signal in any way. So that would be very handy for that. Alright, now we're onto the back side. We have a standard XLR output, as you can see here. That's going to send your balance signal to your interface on your mixer. Pretty straightforward there. The switch above it, the reverse 180 degree switch, is going to toggle the XLR pin 2 and 3 to interface with older equipment so they can become useful again. And it's also used when combining two sources on the same instrument to avoid phase cancellation. Pretty cool feature there. And then we've got the low cut, which is going to roll off the bass and reduce rumbling in your mix. So if you are finding it's a bit boomy, or you're hearing this resonance underneath your mix, you'll click that in and hopefully that resolves your issues. And lastly, we have the ground switch. And you depress this if you're getting some noise or some hissing, some humming, and because that could be due to ground looping in the unit or some things that are plugged into your unit. So that's the rundown of the J48 by Radial Engineering. This thing is so simple to use. If I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out. The thing to take away from this though is that it does need phantom power. So don't expect this to work unless you have it, because it doesn't. There's no signal that comes out.